Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to EduTALK. EduTALK is a weekly virtual talk show created out of the need for a global learning community focused on topics in education that directly impact Caribbean nations and diaspora nationals working across the globe. EduTALK features teachers, principals, students, administrators, business leaders, and dignitaries who share their expertise on critical topics facing education today with a common goal of moving education forward and our students upward. I am your host. I'm Dr. Dwayne Dice. I'm the CEO of Education Solutions International, Inc., ESI. Please go on ESI website. That's www.esi, educationsolutionsinternational.org, and subscribe. Also, pay attention to what is happening on there for our communication, such as our articles and conferences and workshops that we put on periodically. You can also become a member of ESI on our website as well. My wonderful, wonderful guest for EduTalk today is none other than Dr. Mark Nicely, and he is the Secretary General of the Jamaica Teachers Association, the JTA, and he's also the founder and CEO of RISE Counseling and Empowerment. And that is an organization that is based in Jamaica with services you can get worldwide. It's really, really an honor to spend the evening with Dr. Nicely today, and just to hear him share about his journey as well as the company Rise. Okay, we're going to spend a lot of time. So, Dr. Nicely, welcome to EduTalk finally.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Dice. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
And greetings to your audience.
Yes. Yes. I'm very happy that you can take the time out to be with us just for a short while to, as they would say, grace us with your presence.
Yes.
Okay, so I introduced you as the Secretary General for the JTA, and the previous talk show that we had Mr. Smith on as the immediate past president,
Right.
and so we're gonna have the president on, in a few weeks or so.
Sure.
But we want to talk to you to get and before we get into what the Secretary General's job is, and then get into RISE, just tell everyone a little bit about you. Who is Dr. Nicely?
Okay, well, I'd say I'm a career educator. I'm a patriotic Jamaican, and I mean well for my country and for my people. I am very passionate about the diaspora, in the US and in other parts of the country. I believe that you have a major role to play. And I'm very proud of all of you and what you're doing in your different space, and I'm just your typical, Jamaican who love Jamaica, love our people, love our children, and really want to see us blossom and flourish and certainly achieve the goals and objectives that we desire to achieve. Yes.
Yeah, that's very good. And you have two daughters.
Yes, I have two daughters, Abigail and Amia. Abigail is the older one. She's 15. Amia is on the verge of becoming 10. And clearly, I live a lot for them. My mother is a great inspiration. And she really has to take credit for a lot of what I've achieved and who I am. And as I progress in life, she's really an outstanding character for my life.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's very, very nice. I could say that about my grandmother and grandparents by extension too.
Absolutely.
So where exactly did you grow up in Jamaica? And just give us in short detail your background, because we want to paint a picture as to how when we start talking about RISE, because RISE is very powerful, the network. And of course, the JTA we have on here, people understand the JTA to some degree. But give us a little bit about your background so that we can paint a nice picture of you in leadership.
Okay, so I grew up in Kingston, and I went to many schools, Dr. Dice, in my primary education life. My mother worked in Bermuda a lot, so she would she would board me while she had to go off. And so I went to about 4 or 5 primary schools, believe it or not.
Wow.
So my journey in primary school was a little rocky up and down and so on. I think when my mother discovered that things were not going so well academically, she paused, she halted everything and kind of dedicated. And so, about extra class. Well, I went to several extra and then extra, and then later in the night, extra, and then Saturday and so on. And then went to Dunrobin Primary to end, and then I ended up at St. Andrew Technical High School. I did electrical technology there. Didn't quite like it after teaching, after work experience. I got some electric shocks,
Oh,
because
wow.
low level voltage, they didn't want to turn off the breaker. And if you're not all that skilled, you'd get some shocks. So when I left school, I went to Exed Community College because I wanted to do BizAd. In those days, BizAd was what you just felt that it had to do a lot of money. And then I deviated and came into guidance and counseling at the MICO. And then from there, I just launched out into just one academic achievement after the other. Of course, being assisted all the way along the journey by, my mother, well-thinking Jamaicans and so on. And then if I were to just fast track, I went overseas. I went to Britain. I
Oh,
lived
okay.
and worked there for 3 years plus. And then I returned to Jamaica as a teacher of science and math. Did that for 2.5 years, did guidance and counseling for 1.5 years, and then to Hayes Primary and Junior High School as principal.
Okay.
A number of years there, almost 8, and then William Lee Memorial High School. And then, of course, here I am at the JT. Started off as Deputy Secretary General, now Secretary General, and many other things during that time. But, that's a
Yes,
quick
yes.
summary.
Yes, succinct.
Yes. Mhm.
What is that is very, I'm gonna get into some more details with it, but what is the job of the Secretary General?
Okay, all right. The Secretary General is the chief administrator of the organization, and he sees to the day-to-day running, clearly supervising the entire operation, and of course giving tremendous support to the president and the presidential core of the organization, and basically just looking at every single facet. I don't want to break in and go too deep or so on, but
Right.
everything. And the JTA is a union. It is arguably one of the stronger unions in Jamaica. Certainly in terms of teachers, it is one of the stronger unions in the region. Because we are part of the Caribbean Union of Teachers, and we're highly respected and regarded internationally. And we also fall under the umbrella of Education International. And many of our past, employees and volunteers have held high posts in all of these organizations over time. Yes.
Oh, wow. So I was gonna ask you if you seem like it's the most powerful in the Caribbean region because Jamaica is the largest English-speaking Caribbean island, and when you have a powerful, about how many, speaking of powerful, how many members you have in Jamaica?
We have somewhere in the region of 23, 24,000 members. Clearly, we have the bulk of the teaching fraternity, and that's at every single sector: early childhood, special ed, primary, secondary, tertiary, private schools. So we have membership across the board and all levels. Heart Trust NTA is also an entity that we represent. So once you talk about education in Jamaica, the JTA cannot be left out of the conversation.
Yeah. It is synonymous with education.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's good. All right. So and so you're at the top of the organization, the Teachers Union.
Administratively, just to say the president is at the top, and that's
Oh, okay,
the political,
administratively.
right.
Yes. And to be honest with you, I really respect the work of the JTA in Jamaica because they care about teachers a lot with the advocacy and the dialogue between the ministry and the teachers so much to make sure that there's some fairness go on in the island.
Right. I want to chime in, Dr. Dice, to say that we have been significantly supported by the diaspora, yourself included, your wife included, and all the different sectors, fragments of the diaspora included, and that has pivoted us significantly, and it has allowed for a lot of exposure, added experience, and you partner with us all the way
A
along.
lot, yeah.
We are all the better because of the diaspora. So I just want to put that in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. All right. So the journey that you have taken is so much, so it actually allow you to develop certain skills,
Yes.
and then applying those skills to your own innovation.
Right.
And through that innovation, you created your own company. And
Absolutely.
yeah, so one other thing before we go on, Dr. Nicey, for everybody to know, is a JP, which is Justice of the Peace in Jamaica. It's
Yeah.
still the same as a notary public in the US, sign off all the documents. So he has accolades, a very humble man, of course. Um, so tell us about the background to you forming RISE, Counseling and Empowerment Services.
All right. So the background is that I wanted to be an example. I mean, a lot of us preach, but we don't walk the talk. So I've always told persons that you need to diversify. You need to you have different skills and abilities, technical competencies, and so on, and you need to be able to market those and share them with others. And so one of the areas in Jamaica that does not have a lot of respect and regard is about mental health. So I was very concerned about persons' mental health and their kind of psychological well-being. And that is a huge part of what caused me to start the company, RISE Counseling and Empowerment Services. Also, I wanted to help young people who may not have the resources to start a company, but have skills and abilities. So I wanted to set the platform that they could operate on initially, and then of course to branch off and to start their own business. And so RISE is basically a full service company. We cover 4 main areas, counseling and psychology being the foremost, but we also deal with health and several other areas, project related areas, and so on. And one of the key thing about it is my love for the diaspora also. I found that the diaspora had many skills.
Yes.
Individuals wanted to share with Jamaica, but again, they did not have the platform so to do. So RISE is a company that, for example, I did a workshop recently here in Jamaica with an institution, and we had persons from all across the world presenting. And they are Jamaicans. I really focus on Jamaicans. And so it's a company that is also not just focused on empowering Jamaicans, but it's also giving Jamaicans living outside of Jamaica an opportunity to contribute to the development of their country, primarily through education. And so that is a tight summary of RISE, but clearly it is a full service entity. One of the things too, Dr. Dice, you mentioned my experience and so on. My experience and my journeys, I've traveled extensively too, has given me a lot of connections, so I've built out a network, and I say to people that networking is so very important and critical. And so I am able to leverage, and to share and to, bring together persons in the same space so that other persons can benefit. So while it is a company that makes money, a lot of it is about empowering persons, helping persons to see that. For example, in Jamaica, we talk about salary, and persons are waiting on the government to give them a salary increase. My preaching is that you don't have to wait. You're doing something?
Yeah, I'm sharing it while you're
Right. You don't have to wait. You can do things yourself. I believe that a lot of our educators, especially educators, they are so brilliant, they are so talented, they have so much to offer. And so they need to expand their horizon and diversify themselves. And it can only make for a richer country and society.
Yeah, it's really, really powerful. I was going through your statements, like your philosophy,
Yes.
and even the board that you put together, your team, and so
Right.
on. They're very effective people who have led in their own way in education and in counseling as well.
Right.
So it's very effective. So you mentioned offering services to different organizations or even individuals.
Right.
And so where are you based? Where's
Oh,
the headquarters?
okay. The headquarters is in cyberspace. We are in the air,
Oh,
recognized.
whoa.
Because of
Okay.
course, there's a website, you went on it and so on, and
Yeah.
it is it has a lot of options and so on. But one of the things is we had to avoid fixed expense, and so
Okay.
we went with the more variable expense approach. And so we're in cyberspace, but we can be easily reached. We
Mhm.
can be easily touched. We do a lot of virtual work, and we have found that to be effective. And that is how we are able to bring to you, to our client, that diversity.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we did a workshop. We have persons from Dubai, from
Hmm.
UK presenting,
That's
from
very good.
Trinidad,
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
believe that the region has something to offer. And clearly from US is one of the major
Hmm.
places, and Canada. So
Hmm.
that's one workshop, and you're able to bring all of that expertise and diversity into one space. And what we have found is that our clientele do experience they have a rich
Hmm.
experience from that
Yeah.
kind of interaction.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm thinking that if you have international people, then they have a wider base to pull resources from
Mhm.
than just maybe be in Jamaica catering
Right.
for Jamaicans only.
Right.
So it
Right.
will be wider. So that's very good. What inspired you to come up with RISE counseling and empowerment? What's
So,
the inspiration? I know you shared that
right.
you want to help people, and
Right.
you have seen the need for students and for organizations in Jamaica that they didn't have this service
Right.
so much, on the large scale. But what exactly is the underlying fire that drives it and the energy?
Well, Dr. Dice, it's really, I think my own expertise. My expertise is really in counseling and psychology. I dabble in a
Mm.
lot of things, and people see me and say I'm good at different things, but really that's where my passion is. I have almost a natural knack
Hmm.
for that kind of thing. So I have done other initiatives. I tried rent a car and some other things.
What?
You never quite take off. But this is one of the areas that I know the business. I really do know it. I understand it. I believe I can drive it. And I
Yeah.
think I am from the helping profession. I was a guidance counselor, and
Yes. Yeah.
so it really affords me the opportunity to help in many ways, And I
Mm-hmm.
really, that's me, to help,
Mm-hmm.
to lift up, to elevate, that sort of thing. So it's really
Mm-hmm.
the desire to lift persons from where they are to a different level that has
Mm-hmm.
driven me into Rise. And the word says it. It's about
Yeah.
lift. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you about. Is what pertaining to the inspiration, what caused you to name it that? The rise part. Is it an acronym that means something?
No, no, it's not
It's
an
just to
acronym.
rise up.
Yeah, it's just to rise up. It's really about
Oh,
rising up. And
yes,
in any way, shape, or form, we can cause persons to rise. But
yes.
a lot about psychology too, and the mental health, and that intrinsic side of individuals that people tend to not pay enough attention to. In
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica, clearly there's a deficit in terms of mental health and just
Mm-hmm.
focusing on your mental well-being and so forth. And I'm trying to bridge that gap. I'm trying to stem that. I'm trying to adjust the pendulum so that people
Mm-hmm.
can focus more on that. And
Mm-hmm.
psychology, many
Mm-hmm.
persons don't understand. Psychology is a science.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
just like chemistry and physics. If you run a certain experiment, you're going to get a certain outcome. And it's a very powerful science.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot that we can learn from it if we really embrace it in the
Mm-hmm.
way we ought to embrace it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's very true. Um, so individual students can come to you for help.
Right.
Well,
Students,
yeah. Go on.
adults, groups, companies, schools,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you name it. And again, I've done work with procurement.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I've done so many different activities. So I am also able to pull together. So you tell me
yeah.
what you want, and
Yes.
chances are I've dabbled in it, or I know where the expertise lie, and I
Yeah.
can pull it together for you. So that's part of what we do.
Yes,
We
yes.
are able to pull together stuff that you have a desire to have, and
Mm-hmm.
make connections and build
Yeah.
out networks and things like that. Yeah.
Wow, wow. That's really, really cool. Um, where do you see the development as it is right now? Because I know it's how old? Like about 2 years?
Yes, it's almost 2 years old.
Yeah.
The aim, the objective is for it
Mm.
to become a household name here
Good. Okay.
in Jamaica, and
Yeah.
also for several persons over the years to be empowered and to branch off and to start their own business.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that's really, we want to sort of be, somewhere that a cottage,
Mm-hmm,
they
mm-hmm,
call it. You come and you grow, and then
mm-hmm.
you develop your own passion and you
Yeah.
branch out. And then we just cascade the entire Jamaica, and we have a new Jamaica where
Yeah.
persons tune into themselves and their ability, and we contribute to the national agenda to make Jamaica great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, I love it. I really love it. I don't think there's anything like this on a large scale ever since years ago that I've been watching on the scene. I don't
Right.
think there's anything like it. So, and I didn't know so much about it until I started talking to you about this company, and I'm blown away. Honestly, I shared it with Judy, and I
Yeah.
shared it with some of my people here in New York, and
Mhm.
we're looking into the company to see like the different components, because I noticed you covered a lot of things.
It's a
A
lot of things.
lot.
Yes,
Is that
doctor.
the menu
Yes.
is really, really wide to
Right.
encompass anything. So I
And of course,
hope,
the website is there. I hope
yeah.
as you go, you'll advertise the website and so on.
Oh God,
And
yes.
it has a partner company, because two companies were launched. The next one
Mm-hmm,
is Rise with Hope Ministries JA, which is a charity.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
that is being built out as well. We are launching a free bookshop there, where you
Wow.
go online, you select the books you want, and we deliver them. And we have
Wait,
a
wait, wait.
ministry.
What books are you doing? You're talking
We
about
well,
like little
we are
reading.
currently putting together the catalog. So we are pulling in the books, and then we're gonna put them up like the cover, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can go on and click and select, and then we deliver. So that's the aim
Oh.
of that. And we already started a Bible ministry where when a child is christened in a church, any church, we're not
Mm-hmm,
specific about the denomination.
mm-hmm,
There's a Bible that is given to the parents to
uh-huh,
help them to inculcate, good values and morals
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
so on. And that too, we need help for that.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, but we're a registered charity, proper.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
The
yes,
registrar in
yeah,
Jamaica, and so
yes.
we're legitimate, and we are building that out as well.
So these books are donated books
Donated books, yes,
or
but it's
reading books?
permission. No, any subject, because
Any?
we're trying to stem the need in high school for somebody has a book list that they should be able to
Oh,
come
wow.
on and start
Okay,
there, and then what they don't get, they buy,
okay,
because a lot of kids buy books, admittedly, and they don't use it, or they don't use it significantly in any given year. And so
okay.
we're hoping that this will gain momentum. There are some things to be sorted out on the website, but we're working
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so so just to let our viewers know this, that there are two different companies. You have Rise Counseling and Empowerment Services, and then you
Yes.
have Rise
With Hope
with
Ministry.
Hope Ministries.
Ministries
Okay.
JA Limited. Yes,
Right, and that's the charity.
that's the charity
If
arm.
people want to donate books from, let's say, America over here
Yes.
in New York, how can they donate books to the charity?
Right. So they notify us, and we will determine where we collect them, and then we'll have them shipped to Jamaica.
Oh,
Incidentally, anything like that, I think you'd be a part of it, Dr. Dice. But
yeah, yeah. Because I'm
yeah, but
thinking, because we in America, as you know already, we throw away a lot of textbooks,
right,
a lot, yeah, and a lot of
right,
reading books. If
right,
something, yeah, if they read it and they don't like it, and they dump it.
right,
And yeah, we have been talking about this for years in different schools that I've worked in, and the problem still exists. That Americans dump a lot of things that they shouldn't dump.
right.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. People who are listening to, and also I will stay close to you where this is concerned, because this is really close to my heart with the educational development of students. So the people, if they want to donate as well, because they said the Rise with Hope is
Right.
under construction, the website. So
Yes,
can they
both
donate?
websites are up, you know. Both
Can they
websites
donate?
are up. Yeah, you
Okay.
can go online right now
Mm-hmm.
onto Rise with Hope Ministry. Rise, you can go onto the Rise website and
Mm-hmm.
donate. There's a button there. You log
Oh, okay.
on, you use your credit card, debit card,
Oh, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. I've
and
seen.
donate right away, no problem.
Yeah, okay. So let
And
me, oh, that's very good. All right.
yes,
So let me see if I can share this across here so that people can actually see it. With the website is the payment button is right here. So you
right,
can, and then to know about the company, you can go through all of these different tabs or even
absolutely,
scroll down to actually see the menu of items
right.
that they have. So this
And
is
you,
really rich.
right, and you can see the persons too that offer different products.
Oh, yes,
We have
yes,
all of those available.
yes. So let
You
me
can see
go.
that there.
Yeah. So yes, on the left right here.
Yeah, and if you click on, yeah, if you right,
Mhm.
and you see their profiles and all of those type of things. Yes,
Oh, yes,
of
yes.
course.
That's
Yeah.
very nice. Yes. And you can actually read more about them there.
Right, of
Mhm.
course, yes.
So that's good. That's very, very
Yeah.
good.
Uh,
I like the website. I haven't
yes,
checked it out in detail so much, but I really love it. I browsed through a few of the tabs.
yes,
It's
yes.
very good. It's readable. It's for simple people that they can get to wherever they're getting to on it. Okay. Now with
And
all
the
of
magazine there is a good read as well.
oh yes. I think I got a copy of
Yes,
this.
that's a good read. Right, you got a
Yeah.
copy of that, right?
Yeah, this is very, very good.
Yes,
Yeah, this is extremely good. I'm gonna drop a link to on our website so that people can see it as well. It's very, very good.
right.
Extremely good. Oh, and
And
I'm right
there
there.
you are, right.
Yeah. I forgot about this part
Yes,
of it.
yes,
Totally forgot about the message at all.
right, right,
Yeah,
yes,
this is very, very good. It's
right,
extremely good.
right.
I'm very happy to feature the Rise Counseling and Empowerment today. It's extremely good, and I'm hoping that other people they will check it out. People will check it out.
Of course,
Yeah, once we get it out there as well, especially in America here, we share
yes,
it, and then because they need help everywhere, and you can actually help people from anywhere, for wherever they are, they're located.
right,
You can help them.
right. So we have done workshops outside of Jamaica and
Yeah,
seminars and stuff like that.
yeah,
And as I say, we are really heavy on the diaspora. We
yeah.
really want to harness, a lot of what you have to offer. And
Yes,
we
yeah.
can't say how proud we are
Mm-hmm,
about what
mm-hmm.
you are doing. I can say that when I travel the world, wherever Jamaicans are, they really do distinguish themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you hear some negatives, but that's not the real story. That's not the full story. That's not the majority of cases.
Mm-hmm,
The majority of cases are persons who really distinguish themselves amidst odds, and
mm-hmm,
they really are operating at the top of their game. And
mm-hmm.
we're proud
Yeah.
of you guys. Yes,
Yeah, yeah, likewise. We love Jamaica.
yes,
Because Jamaica is in our heart. And somebody asked me the other day, I was welcoming new teachers and so on in our building in New York.
yes,
And one of them asked me, she's her mom or dad, I think they're Jamaican. She's a psychologist.
yes,
And she said, Miss So and so has a flag on her desk in her classroom.
yes.
So, Dr. Dice, where is your flag? You're not walking around with a flag. And Dr. Nicely, I turned to her because the security guard is Jamaican and a bunch of others in the building, they're Jamaican. I'm surprised that there are so many Jamaicans. And I turned to her and I said, my flag is in my heart. It's
Right.
wrapped up in here. And the minute I open my mouth,
It
you know
comes
that
out.
I'm a, yeah, you
Red,
know I'm
green.
a Jamaican.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
so she almost died of laughter because she didn't see it coming like that. But you're right, with Jamaicans, we constantly doing stuff and we always think about Jamaica. And a lot of Jamaicans, who are living in diaspora, they want to retire or go back to Jamaica.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
all of
I
them.
know. And they
All
want to contribute, they want to give
yeah,
back.
yes,
They're
yeah,
passionate about that. And
yeah,
that's part of what Rise hopes to achieve.
yes, yes.
Be that bridge.
I'm
that
really
keep you
glad.
connected.
True, yes. I'm
Mhm.
really happy that you're involved in a lot with Canada as well, because a
Yes,
lot of times people stop, maybe because America is right after
yes,
Jamaica to get to Canada, so they just
yes,
kind of stop in America. But
yes.
Canada has a lot to offer as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And
They
as
have a
I said, there's
vibrant,
Dubai. They have a
and
lot to
Dubai.
offer, and there's a group there. So we
Hmm.
target wherever the groups are. We try and get ourselves involved,
Very good. Very,
connected.
very good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm extremely happy. And so I have two other questions to ask you before we close EduTalk for this week. Um, what really keeps you up at night, really, when you're thinking about tomorrow and planning for Rise or Rise with Hope, the two ones that you're running, plus to be Secretary General of the most astute teachers union in the Caribbean. And
Yeah.
so what really keeps you up? Because you're still young, you're vibrant, you're
Young.
moving around, you travel. Yeah, you tell the
Well,
world.
well, I'm a man of the cloth, as you'd say, a Christian, a Baptist deacon.
Hmm.
And I'm very passionate about my country,
Hmm.
Dr. Dice. I'm a
Hmm.
very patriotic. I mean, I we, it took me some time after returning to Jamaica to earn anything near what I was earning in Britain, but I felt that
Yeah.
I had to give back. I had benefited from Jamaica. I went to teachers college in those days. They really scaffolded you. Once you got in, you're gonna get out.
Hmm.
Somehow the government funded a lot of my education, and
Hmm.
so I am really a patriot. So I would say to you, Jamaica keeps me up at night,
Hmm. Oh, wow.
and
Yeah.
just my desire for us to really do what we were meant to do. I think we're a blessed nation. We are rich. We
Hmm.
are
Yeah.
resourced beyond measure, but I
Hmm.
don't think we are really maximizing that potential. And
Hmm.
so I, in my small way, want to play my role to
Hmm.
advance Jamaica,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that
Yeah.
keeps me up, that keeps me going. That causes me to be disappointed when I hear about the level of crime and violence and
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
abuse and all these things. But
Hmm.
I believe that if each of us play our part,
Hmm.
notwithstanding what is happening around us, I
Hmm.
think we can make significant progress.
Yeah, that's very good. Very, very good. So thank you so much, Dr. Nicely, for being on. It's
Yes,
really my pleasure more than anything else, because I know we have tried and it was really, really busy, busy, busy time. I
yes,
really appreciate it. And I wish you and your company, your endeavors, Rise Counseling and Empowerment Services. I
yeah.
wish you and the company all the best.
Right. I
Yeah.
too want to thank you, Dr. Dice, for having me on. And beyond me, I want to thank you for what you are doing to bring to light, to expose, to share, other persons and their vision and mission. It's really an unselfish
Mhm.
endeavor that you engage in, and you ought to be commended. And again, I continue to commend all Jamaicans overseas who continue to fly the flag high and cause
Mhm.
us to feel proud. We are proud
Yes,
of
yes.
you as well. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for returning the
And I
time.
notice you don't like to take thanks,
No,
you
I don't.
kinda, yes, yes, but it is what it is, Dr. Dice. And if you are doing well,
Yeah,
we have to say it. We have to say
it's true. It's very
it.
true. True, it's true. Very,
Yes,
very true.
yes,
All
ma'am.
right, thank you so much. Everyone, please get on the website. It's riseja.com. If you want to get on Rise Counseling and Empowerment Services website, and it's founded and managed by Dr. Nicely here. Again, it's Rise riseja.com. And also, if you want to donate, there's a donate button on there to make a payment. Donate to Rise because it's for a good cause. There's a nonprofit there's a nonprofit branch as well to it, which is Rise. What is it again, Dr. Nicely?
Rise with Hope
Right.
Ministry, JA.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
Rise with Hope Ministry, JA. And
yes,
we're going to have those on our website as well, educationsolutionsinternational.org. So stay tuned for another episode of EduTalk next week, when we'll feature one another guest in the diaspora doing wonderful things. But for this week, it is Dr. Nicely and Rise, riseja.com. Thank you, Dr. Nicely, for being on. I appreciate you, as you know already, and
Yeah,
all the wonderful things that you're doing in the Caribbean, not just Jamaica, in the Caribbean.
yes.
Take care. I'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Take care. Sure.
I'll see you. Yes.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Walk good. Walk good. Take care. Bye bye.